and welcome back to the channel. My name is Grace if you're new here, and this is the Rusty Thicket. Today I have quite a few things to get figured out and to get started on. It's Wednesday and my video goes live on Thursdays, which for those of you back in the States, it's technically Thursday morning for you, but it's Thursday night for me. Anyway, that's besides the point. I have bookmarks I want to get printed and put back in the sleeve, so I'll need to cut all of that. I also have coloring books that I need to cut and bind. These are already laminated, thankfully, so we won't have to do that. But I need to, cut all my binding and stuff like that and put everything together with my cinch machine. And maybe if I have a few other household things I have to do today too, so if we don't get to it, in tomorrow's section of this video, I need to put together some kind of example display thing so that I can take some of my works into the 𝍊𝑋�𝍊𝍊𝍊𝍊𝍊𝍊 gift corner, which is like a consignment situation. And I just want an example of all of my little things for them to take a look at to see if they're interested in having me put stuff up in their shop, or if maybe now is not the time because they close over the summer, and maybe I could be there sometime in the fall also. Wait for the jets. I also need to put together a small gift basket worth about $20, as one of my events requires that as part of my entry fee into being a vendor there. That one I usually keep really simple. I think we've put one together on the channel before, but I like to have them, cute and kind of dressed up. So we'll see if we can get to that today also. But mostly, yeah, just doing some cutting and some stuff like that. Unfortunately, there's a lot going down right now with market days in general on this base. It's all of a sudden become a problem, I guess, and the group that I'm part of, we're all just kind of discussing what we should be doing next and things like that. One of the unfortunate things about being out here, one, in the middle of nowhere and on a tiny island, but two, being in the military on said tiny island, which then further constricts the things that I have available to me legally and, in other ways too. But there's lots of red tape to jump through when you're with the military, and as a spouse, you kind of get left behind anyway. But that's all kind of besides the point. What I'm trying to get at is we are having some issues, and we might be doing some town hall meetings and things like that coming up to hopefully resolve some of those issues, or at least let those issues be known. And I never thought I would find myself being an advocate for this, but when it's all you have available, especially out here, and you have no advocacy for small businesses because of your location and because of how remote you are and because you're a spouse in the military, yeah, it turns out that becomes a very significant portion of what you end up doing on your days in between events. So I'll keep you posted on all that. Nothing is just inherently bad about the situation. It's just that it looks like it's going in a direction that a lot of us are unhappy with. And the Air Force tends to, it likes to cut budgets and things like that, just like any other government entity, in places that they think that they don't need it, and then they end up cutting services, and that's just how it goes, I guess. But anyway, I'll keep you posted on that. Let's go ahead and get into all the things we'll be doing today. All right, first things first, we've got to get all of our bookmarks printed. I bought this new printer. It's the 𝍊𝑋�𝍊𝑃, and honestly, it's probably one of the better purchases I've ever made for my small business. Not only does it print really, really well, but it's also cost effective and affordable. I'm happy to have anything that works well in my business that, I've sunk money into, obviously, but I tend to overthink things, and sometimes that has me just picking the wrong stuff sometimes, and this one actually worked out, so that's really nice. Let's do, I think, 6. Alright, all the aftermath of those bookmarks. We got lots and lots made, 6 of each, and there are 6 total bookmarks, so that's quite a few. And now what I like to do is sort through these and then find tassels that I've already affixed to these that will match, and that way it's just a lot easier on me than having to go through all of my tassels individually. Okay, so that's got all of the bookmarks ready to go. I have all the different designs. My dream eventually one day is to have these designs printed on some really nice ones that don't require the sleeves. I mean, ideally in my head, I would also have like some metal screen printed type ones one day eventually too, when I can work with just use some kind of merchandiser or something like that. But this is what I can do here and now, and especially with this new Epson, I feel like these finally like get the watercolor nuance that I wish my other ones would have. I'm always trying to make improvements, and sometimes I kind of feel bad for those who bought stuff from me in the past when I was just starting out, but I hope they realize how important they have been to just my overall success, but also my growth. I'm, you know, so thankful for that kind of thing. So they will continue to get even better as soon as I have more options for myself and, you know, for being able to mail things out and stuff like that, because I would like to see everything just kind of slowly get better and better, as one does with a small business, I guess. So now I need to bind some books, some coloring books, because I was out of those. I cut them in all kinds of different ways. I just cut them to cut them, and then I put them in order. And I know that seems like an insane amount of work to do, but honestly, it's kind of therapeutic. I like sorting and organizing things, so yeah, we're gonna bind some books next. Okay, so before I start cutting my wires for these books, I like to go ahead, because like you could always just, you know, count through and see how many you think that you need, but I like to take and punch all my holes first, because then I can thread it through and see exactly where I would need to cut for this one. And then of course you need like your little wire cutters, and I snip the one next to, and then see, that way they're all like even. I don't have any extras, and then I don't have to turn all of these into little scraps. I can actually keep a bunch of them together and potentially use them again. So obviously I could get one more out of this whole row, but I do it like this every time because sometimes I can't count, and it's easier to just go ahead and line them up and make sure you're not wasting your materials, because these aren't all that cheap. I mean, they are in the grand scheme of things, but I have to wait weeks and weeks for stuff to get to me if I order them on Amazon. So it's just better if I go ahead and, you know, do as much as I can to save myself some materials. But see, then these turn into like little mini books I could do eventually. If you guys have any options or suggestions for me below, I would love to know what I should turn into little tiny mini books. I think that would be really, really cute. All right, and then this one. See, that's 4. I need at least one more. Alright, and now we can do my favorite part, which is the cinching. Okay, so I think I've run it by the channel before, but you want to put your cinch books together a certain way. There is a little thing that you can hang your binding on that allows you to line everything up a lot simpler, but this is such a small book, I don't really have to worry about that. But you want to put your backing on upside down, and then your cover, and then the rest of your book, because when you go to cinch it at the end, you'll flip this to the back side and you won't have this like annoying stopping part in your way when you're using your book. And then I'm gonna try and see if I can get this to show up on camera, but I like to go all the way to the edge with my binding and then set it in there as far back as it'll go. It's already set on the right stuff, so then I just have to cinch it down. And then you roll this back over to the front, and it is a book. It's super simple. It's really, really nice because you can basically make anything. Coloring books is just what I use it for, but I would love in the future to be able to do other things than just a simple coloring book, because eventually I would like to get another upgrade and have real coloring books, you know, published for myself. But this is what I can do, and I think it's a great way to get started if you're interested in doing that sort of thing. Alright, and that's got all of our bookmarks done. I'm only doing 5 this go around. I did 5 last time and I sold all but 1, so I feel like that's a good number to kind of always have with me, especially since, you know, I've got that one left over. And if I do this many at my next event, then I'll probably double that for the big event that I have on the 6th, because that one's going to be much more kid-oriented anyway, and the kids, of course, love a coloring book. And I did these a lot different than I had before in the past, where I have a few that are like really detailed, and then a couple that are pretty simple, so that there's, you know, a bit more of a market for different age groups. But there we go. Alright guys, it is day 2 of these little projects I'm working on this week, and I've already finished our coloring books and the bookmarks and all that kind of stuff, so now I kind of want to work on a few things I've got coming up that are specifically for my displays and my upcoming events and things like that. So we're going to put together a little example pack situation, and then build like a little gift basket type thing, and yeah, just generally finish out my week because I'm tired. I've got a lot of other household stuff that I have been working on this week, so I'm just trying not to wear myself out in either direction and just make sure I'm staying on top of stuff. But yeah, let's go build like a weird little example thing. I've never done anything like this before. And the reason I really want to work on something like this is because consignment is something on my list this year that I would like to do. Technically, I am selling already in a shop out in town at like a little coffee place, but I wanted to get into one of the gift corners here because I felt like that is kind of more of, not more of what I'm like looking for specifically in a consignment location, but it is the kind of traffic I'm expecting and looking for my products. So I went ahead and laid out a few things here. My camera adjust, there we go. And it's just a lot of like random stuff. I kind of put things in a few little piles, but we're going to go through it and figure out what we want to put in a display thing. And if you guys have been following for a while, you know that I used this like kitchen tray as a setup before I built my boxes. And I haven't gotten rid of it yet. And I kind of thought that would be like the perfect thing to take in there, and then they could just like set it on a shelf and automatically see how my things would look, whether or not I keep it in this, you know, if they actually decide to consign me or not. But I just like the way that it looked on my table before, so I feel like it would work now. So we're gonna fill this out and then put together some stuff that I want to take with me for that tomorrow on Friday. And I also have like this little collapsible basket in case, you know, I want to carry some extra stuff. Like this probably won't fit in there or anything like that. So we're gonna fill this out, and then I have a little gift basket I'm gonna put together, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do now. Okay, so the plan for this is obviously put the tall stuff in the back, so we're gonna grab those things first. And I definitely want my prints back there. These are just like an example pack of prints. Ever since getting that new printer, it has been excellent, so I am starting to include some of these. Prints are probably only going to be available at the gift shops because they're a lot more difficult for me to take to my events. And then let's see what else is tall. I'll probably do my stickers. I decided to put together a book. I'm going to make a little cover for this at some point of just like the examples of the stickers that I already have available. And that way people can flip through them and just decide, you know, is this a style or something that they really like that they would want in their shops. Obviously some seasonal ones and stuff are available too. But I'll put that back here as well. And then I think I'm going to do a full set of my bookmarks, the ones that we made yesterday, and have those up here as well. And then I am gonna bring this little extra guy too. Mostly I just wanna have, you know, items available in case they decide they want me to go ahead and put stuff up on the shelf. I know that's a little presumptuous, but you know, if I can get in on day one, then why not, right? So I'm gonna bring some little sales stickers and stuff like that. And then my coloring book is just gonna hang out in here. And I'll probably stick that in this little bin off to the side so I don't have so many little things to carry. And actually, we'll go ahead and put the bejeweled bag in there too. I love all of these silver and black brooches. They turned out so cute on this bag. And then my next tall items are going to mostly be my paintings. So I'm just going to kind of put those in here. They won't be perfectly easy to see right away, but they'll be able to move them out and, you know, look at them as they wish. And then my zines, I actually have a couple more zines I may print for them. I'm not really sure yet. And we're going to put those in here, I guess. And then something I'm going to start doing more of in the upcoming months are some wooden paintings, like some acrylic paintings. I haven't done a bunch of them yet because I'm just now starting on all that, but I have so many I don't know what to do with, and at this point I'll have too many left over by the time we leave here if I don't go ahead. And then some of my older pens, but you know, they're a good representation of what I already have. A couple of my new trays. These I haven't even had at shows yet, but I've got a few of them made, and then some of my older metal ones. And then I also want to include a brooch box if the bags aren't something they are interested in. And I think we'll add that there. Here's another little painting. I want to show some of my more bobbly, you know, 𝍊𝑋𝍊𝑋𝍊𝍊𝍊𝍊𝍊𝍊𝍊𝍊 stuff. So a couple of my metal bookmarks and a couple of my little keychains. Keychains are another thing I really can't wait to do some upgrading on, because I think I can get some really nice either acrylic or metal ones made. I'm gonna do a sample of my 𝍊𝑋𝍊𝑋𝍊𝍊𝍊𝍊𝍊𝍊 confetti stuff. I think the kids love those sorts of things. Let's see. I think actually we'll move that over here. This is a button bouquet. I did a little how-to video on one on the channel a little while back, so if you're interested, you can totally go look that up. I think because they're small and I'm gonna go ahead and put them on here. I also have like these little trays that are like pill pockets. I like to use mine for ibuprofen because I'm 34 and 104 all at the same time, I guess. So I'll put that one in here just, you know, for like a display situation. The garland, I really love this garland, but it did not sell well last year. So maybe in like a gift shop, you know, setting, it'll be a lot better. So I'm gonna include that, but I'm gonna put it in the box that we're also taking. And then one of my favorite pieces that I was just talking about, I'm actually, how should we do this? I want it to be pretty prominent, you know, it's like a big deal. Maybe that's good enough. But yeah, anyway, it's just a little example. Take you off the tripod here. It's just a little example of all of the stuff that I sell. And again, it might not stay like this on the shelf, but if they decide to go ahead and take me, that's one less thing I have to worry about coming up with. And then these items I can just kind of set on the shelf next to them and stuff. And hopefully they will consign me, so cross your fingers. All right, so the next thing that we've got to do is build a little gift basket. And I think I've decided what I want to do is include a painting. Now they said $20 worth. And I'll be honest, I usually do more than that just because I like to have a variety in my little baskets, and that's why I buy little baskets in the first place. So I think I'm gonna do like a painting. Let's see what else we got in here. We've got some older stickers. Axolotls and frogs are always a really good choice. So we'll put a couple of stickers in here. Maybe a Live Slow snail. I like doing the larger stickers because they look more, prominent in a box. So yeah, we'll do these for sure. Look at this mess from yesterday. Goodness. Okay, so we'll do at least a painting, some stickers. Ooh, we need something to put in our basket. And I have this really cute, like, shredded paper stuff from Daiso. So we'll do that. Let's see, what else could we include? You know what, we should probably get, I think a bookmark would be nice. One of the ones that we did yesterday. And I'm thinking the jam is pretty cute. Yeah, let's do jam. With a nice little purple tassel. I think that'll be cool. Okay. So some stickers, a bookmark, and a little painting. That's well over the $20, especially considering this is an original, and I usually market those at $25 anyway. But I'm really thankful, and I like to do nice baskets of my stuff when I'm adding things to like a raffle or a giveaway, because then I get to put all of my contact information and everything is like labeled with my name on it and stuff, so I can get people to find me on my socials and all that kind of thing, and it's worth it for me, especially since I already have the product to begin with. Okay, and while we're building this, because it's going to be the last thing I do this week for the business and stuff, I just thought I would remind you guys that I am on the cusp of being fully monetized on YouTube, which is terribly exciting. And all I ask is that you please, in the comment section down below, make sure that you guys are letting me know the kinds of things that you would like to see for a potential Patreon, or basically anything that you want extra content wise, so that I can start spending time and effort doing those things for you, since I'm really not sure what everybody would be interested in. But there's our basket. I like to put my stickers in a little something, and this is probably also where I will put my business card and a couple other things once I kind of spruce it up and have everything together. I have a meeting tomorrow morning with a contracting office, and then I also have this consignment meetup right after that. So I have a few other things I'm going to add to this basket in the meantime. And then we're going to add our little painting, our stickers, the cute little bookmark. Let's put the stickers back here. And then I'll probably try and find a couple other little things to put in the front, and I've got a cellophane bag that I'll put over it if I can't find anything that's like gossamer or whatever, because I do prefer like reusable bags, but sometimes these little baskets just aren't what you need size-wise. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this kind of really random week of stuff, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys.